Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to the Prologue world for some more unedited, unimpressive, unsensationalized, and for the very first time, unlocked, casual, hardcore-ish Minecrafting action. That's right, this is the first episode that is unlocked. That's going to be in the second season now of the Prologue world. Which means that there must have been at least 2 of you from the previous episode that must have left me some fairly substantial comments. Those were my requirements for unlocking the next episode. So we're now in found footage territory because this might have never gotten unlocked. At this point, I have no idea if this episode will ever actually be published, because I don't know if there's going to be those 2 people in the comment section. I have no idea. It might never happen. But if you're seeing it, it must be that at least 2 of you guys had requested this, must have shared with me some kind of must have been sympathetic to what I'm trying to do here. And today, the gameplay today, I'm going to be completing the cow farm. I'm finally going to be bringing in the cows. It's time to bring in the cows. I need wheat. I don't have the wheat in here. What am I doing? I need to go back to the farm for the wheat. And then oh, the gates. That's right. I need to put the gates everywhere. I need to put the gates all around. And then we're finally ready to actually complete the cow farm today. I think it's going to happen. Finally. It's going to happen. Do I have gates? I do not have gates. Let's make some more gates. Gates are not hard to make. I'm gonna need like a lot of gates. There's probably like 10 gates that need to be made. Let's just do this. Yeah, let's just make like 10 gates. 13 gates. Sure. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of them that need to be put in place. Let's start from over here. So yeah, I'm gonna be bringing the cows in today. Maybe I'll be putting some paintings up. I have decided that I want paintings up here along this wall. I'm still gonna be we're waiting for the grass to complete its transition. Wow, it's growing fast. It's already almost there. Once the grass gets there, I'm gonna fill this back in with stone, and then I'll be ready to plant the wheat field. All right, let's complete the gates. There's the gates. One more there. I don't actually need a gate over here, do I? Because this is just going to be open space. So it doesn't make sense to have a gate over here. As a matter of fact, I guess I could just leave it like this and not bother with the fence on this side. Right? Yeah, this is fine. Let's just do that. And then what? A couple more over here. Got him on the 2 key. All right, and that's it. That's it. The cow farm. I mean, this is the fence. It's fenced off now. It's time to bring in the cows. I mean, one more thing is that I'm gonna place what I call feeding blocks down, but I can do that after I bring the cows in. It's time to go ahead and get myself some wheat. I have plenty of bread. I don't actually need the wheat for food. For the time being, I'm good on the food. All right. So yeah, it's a very exciting episode for me. It's monumental. This is the first episode that is unlocked. I have no idea if it'll get released. So it's kind of, we're in this absurd territory here now, where I'm recording for an audience that might not exist, that I might never, I don't know, and this is going to continue for a long time, because this is also old footage. I'm recording this on March 11th, and I don't intend to publish this until, like, halfway through May. I mean, May 17th at the earliest, if you guys if there's going to be people in the comments like immediately, then you know, then I'll go ahead and publish this at the earliest at on March 17th, 3 days after the previous episode. That's going to be the publishing schedule. I still want to stick to that, where I'm not doing this any more than once every 3 days. I guess it's going to be a little faster than twice a week, but I you know, since I generally, since there might be delays, because you never know. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move. Let's actually start moving while I'm talking, since I never know if how long the delays might be. Because those two people, I don't know if those two people. For one thing, I don't know who you guys are right now while I'm recording this, because there's time dilation. Because I'm recording this at least more than 2 months before I'm actually publishing this. Oh wow, those trees already grew. At least two of those two grew. That one's, there's still one. We're still waiting on one more tree to grow there, but these ones are good to go. Is this one kind of short? It's kind of small. I think I want to re-roll this one. It's kind of on the small side. I think I would like a slightly bigger tree there. All right, I'm just going out here to bring in the cows. There's cows over here. I know I've seen cows over here. At least one cow. Of course, I need at least 2 cows to get the herd started. But yeah, I do not know who you guys are, because I'm recording way ahead of time. If you guys actually stick around and leave me more comments for this video, then I'll go ahead and publish the next one 3 days from now. But I don't know that. There's no way for me to know if I'll actually manage to retain the interest of the people that had responded to the previous episode. So I hope I do, but I can't really know that for sure, you know? I can't assume these things. It might be, you know, people don't, generally, so far, I haven't been managing to retain the interest. I've never been over here, guys. I kind of want to just pause and reflect on this moment, because this is beautiful. I've never been, there's a village up there in the distance. I've never been on this side of this prairie, of this meadow. The farmhouse looks beautiful from over here. But wow, this is the first time I'm here, and I'm just looking at this like, wow, I didn't know that there's just this drop off here and this lake over here. This is really quite remarkable landscape here. I like this. Very nice. I'll have to remember that this is here. It's like that over here. I'm looking for cows. Where are the cows? I'm going to go in this direction. I thought that I could have sworn I seen a cow. Ah, there it is. There's a cow. There's one cow. Let's get that guy. I'm also kind of on the lookout for one more white sheep, because I want like 3 white sheep in addition to the 3 black sheep I have. I kind of want to have 3 and 3 going on, because I feel kind of bad for the one white sheep. Where did it go? Oh no, something happened to him. Maybe did the skeletons kill him or something? He's gone. He disappeared. What happened? I don't know what happened. That is strange, guys. We have a disappearing sheep phenomenon happening. Well, in that case, I'm going to need 2 white sheep. I need to go ahead and breed these 2 black sheep in case these guys disappear. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why these guys... That's kind of anomalous. I don't know what's up with that. That's odd. Very strange. Okay, well, Maybe I don't really need the white sheep. I mean, it's just, now that there's no white sheep at all, now I don't really feel bad for the one guy being lonely. I was feeling bad for the one white sheep being over here, feeling kind of lonely, being an outlier, you know, being the one, the single one, the one white sheep that's in a herd of black sheep. I thought that was kind of, you know, I felt bad for him, so I wanted him to have buddies that are of the same color. But he disappeared. Maybe he just felt so lonely that he died from sheer loneliness. But then that doesn't explain what happened to the 3rd black sheep, because there were also 3 black sheep. I don't know. All right, let's bring in this cow. At least we'll have this one cow, and then I'm going to need to find one more cow. It shouldn't be difficult. It's strange how few cows there are over here. I thought there were more. I know there's more. I mean, I've seen more cows. I know I've seen more cows. Well, this is a different cow than from the one that was out there. I think so. I think it is. I'm so excited, guys. It took so long to actually get to this point where I'm finally bringing a cow into this space. All right. There we go. This is your new home, buddy. Now I'm gonna bring you. It's roomy out here. It's a big cow farm. Oops! Don't come out now. I'm gonna go and find you a mate. Cause I want you. There's got to be at least 2. And then we'll get the herd started. Very exciting. Lots of trains passing by today. That's kind of typical. I guess I live next to near the busiest train line in the city. I kind of like it. I really like trains. I love the train horns. I think they're beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy this ambience too. It kind of reminds you that it's a real person recording this in a real atmosphere. You know. I guess I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the way that I'm doing this, because I do feel like I'm the way that I'm playing Minecraft, the way that I'm recording Minecraft, the kind of videos that I make. I do feel like I've kind of developed a very unique style over here. That's kind of, so far I feel like it's been not very broadly appreciated. I mean, I'm resorting to this unlocking dynamic here, where I'm waiting for a reassurance that there's at least a couple of people that are interested in the continuation of this, because nobody seems to really be catching on to this so far. Besides for you two, apparently there's got to be at least 2 of you guys that are interested in this, and you guys I might lose your interest. I don't know, because that's typically what happens. People kind of catch on for a while, but then they lose interest in this because it's too unsensational. It's just not entertaining enough. It's definitely not exciting enough for kids. I think that's what's going on with some of the videos that kind of discouraged me from this, that I'm kind of responding to, the videos that I'm publishing right now that are from like a month ago, that aren't really getting any kind of traction. I think the reason for that is because the algorithm has recently been showing my videos to kids primarily, and the kids aren't really interested in this kind of stuff because it's too slow. It's too slow and too boring. I mean, heck, there's probably hardly any adults that are interested in it, but there were some. I was getting like 3 or 4 likes per episode, a little bit of traction, and then even those stopped happening. All right, well, we didn't find any cows. That's a little bit disappointing, but I'll keep looking. I'm sure I'll find more cows. I'll find more cows in just a minute. There might be cows down there. Well, I don't want to go. It's going to be difficult to bring them up from there. I kind of wish there were some cows up on the mountain. Why am I holding a water bucket? That's weird. I'm going to sleep holding a water bucket. That seems like not a good situation. All right, I kind of want to go back out to where I was at, because I could have sworn there were more cows there. I can't believe I couldn't find a second cow. Could have sworn there's a cow out there in the distance. So, the reason I want to keep doing this is because I think that this is a very wholesome way to play Minecraft, and I feel like it's very different. It's very different from what you normally see on YouTube. It's not, because I feel like YouTubers are mostly pandering to the YouTube trends. They're doing, and I can't blame them. They're doing what works. They're doing what seems. They're doing what they're catering to their audience. They're showing people what people seem to like. But I think there's a big gap in between that and the way people actually play Minecraft. That's kind of my theory. I think that most people do not texture their builds, for example, because texturing builds is very tedious. It's even more tedious than, Minecraft is already kind of tedious and time-consuming without texturing builds. But if you are texturing builds, that just makes it even more time-consuming. And I don't think it actually looks good. I think it looks good from a distance. It looks good in thumbnails, but up close, I think textured builds just look like a blur. And they look sloppy. It's like artificial sloppiness. So I'm just strictly opposed to textured builds. Okay, well, I'm over here the second time now, and I'm still not seeing any cows. And I'm really going kind of far out of the way now. Weren't there some cows like in the hole there, around the hole? I guess this episode I'm just going to be just wandering around the entire episode looking for freaking cows. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was going to put some paintings up too. There's a hole here, and I thought there was like a cow around the hole. Wasn't there a cow over here? I guess that's the cow that I brought in. There he is. I knew it. I knew there was a cow here. All right, let's save him from his He's stuck down there. He's stuck down there. We're gonna save him, and then he's gonna be our second seed cow. He's gonna be the original, one of the original cow parents. He's the great grandparent of the cow herd. What are you doing? You just gotten even further away from me. What are you doing? You silly cow. Come up here. You need to come on up here. There's my wheat. Come over here, buddy. Aw, man, this isn't... I need to, dig up one more layer of dirt. Right, now we're ready. Now we're ready. Alright, come up here, dude. Come on up here. That's right, all the way up. Let's go. Let's go. You are going to be a very happy cow now that you're saved from being stuck in the hole. Instead of being stuck in the hole for the rest of your life, you get to be slaughtered eventually. But of course, before you get slaughtered, you're gonna live a very happy existence among lots of cow buddies, among your children. You're gonna have lots of kids. Your lineage will continue for a very long time, perhaps indefinitely, perhaps for eternity. And you're gonna be a very happy. I hope you're happy about that. At least you get your lineage. Your genes are gonna see continuation. Instead of being stuck in the hole for the rest of time. I mean, you yourself will probably be slaughtered, but your children will thrive. Your children will live on. And isn't that the dream of every parent? I mean, your children will also die eventually. I mean, like, your children's children. All right, guys, it's time. It's time for you guys to have your first love child. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Historic moment. Beautiful. Beautiful moment. Wonderful. And I'm not even going to accelerate his growth. I'm not in a rush. Once you get the cows started, the cow herd over here, I think this is enough space for like 32 cows. This is a pretty large freaking amount of space. Alright, the feeding blocks. I want to place like 3 feeding blocks. I think there's enough space for 3 feeding blocks. And what I mean by that, so this is what I do. This is how I feed my cows. Essentially, I like to have cobblestone blocks in various locations. I want them to be kind of a little staggered. So like one over here, and then like perhaps like one over here. Let's see, yeah, like one right here. Is that kind of too close? It's a bit close to that one. I think that's gonna be alright. That should be alright. We'll see. Maybe that's a little too close. Maybe I don't really need that one. And then like one over here on this side. And the reason I put these down here, getting finicky about this. Right here. Oh, where is it? Where did it go? There we go. Right here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'm happy with that. The reason I do that is because this makes it convenient, because that gives you a, what I do is I end up jumping on top of the cobblestone block, and then you'll have the herd of cows all around you, and then makes it convenient to feed them. And of course, I am strictly opposed to keeping your cows in like a single block and relying on entity cramming for your cow breeding, for your skin farming. Cow skin farming. I am strictly opposed to entity cramming, because that just seems so inhumane to me. You know, I have reverence for these very peaceful Minecraft mobs that don't seem to have any memory whatsoever. They have no recollection of anything that happens to them. They're fairly dumb, but still, I do believe that they're enjoying the moment. They're enjoying the present moment. So like in the case if they were like crammed in a single space, I don't think they would really enjoy that very much. You know, I would hate to be in that kind of situation. So it's very sad to me to see what other people tend to do to their Minecraft livestock. I find it to be very sad and disheartening. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like that. Wow, on that side it already grew. Now we're just waiting on this side to fill up, to fill in. I can go ahead and plant the sugarcane. The sugarcane, the grass is going to grow underneath the sugarcane. I don't have to wait for that. All right, and there's that. And I wanted to re-roll this tree because it's kind of on the small side. Let's go ahead and re-roll this tree. I do kind of want a larger tree over here. So yeah, what I was saying, I find that most YouTube Minecraft is not organic. It's not like they call it organic. I mean, they call the textured builds, they refer to that as organic. I don't think that's true. I think it's artificial. It's like you're artificially making it look sloppier than it would have been otherwise. And it's more difficult. That makes it more difficult to build that way. You end up having to collect resources just for the sake of building. I generally kind of avoid doing that. I like to collect resources. I mean, for me, organically collecting resources means that you don't actually collect resources for the objective of collecting the resources. To me, organic resource gathering means that you end up with a lot of resources just from mining, just from going down into exploring the mines and obtaining your diamonds, collecting the resources that you actually need to progress for the next stage in the game progression, or for whatever you're doing next. I mean, I suppose that if you actually do need, if you're building something out of a particular color, then you do end up collecting specific resources. But even then, like I'm not gonna texture. I'm not gonna like collect 3 different materials just to texture my builds. I refuse to do that. I don't believe that that's. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it looks good. I mean, perhaps I'm slightly OCD about that. Perhaps I just prefer a cleaner look to my builds, and I'm just kind of it's kind of just out of OCD. I just like things to be rather neat, Perhaps that's the reason why I'm so opposed to textured builds. But I have a hard time believing that. I think that it's just people pandering to the trends, and not really, I mean, I may be wrong about that. I may be very wrong about this. If you are watching this and you're like, no, I love to texture builds. I do this all the time, and I'm not a YouTuber. If you are that person, I'd love to hear from you. Do you texture your builds, and do you enjoy texturing your builds, and actually doing what you see people doing on YouTube in Minecraft? My other problem with YouTubers in Minecraft, I think that people play the game in such a sloppy manner, and that's because there's so much pressure. Like when you're recording, there's so much pressure to like do things quickly, because that's what generates views. People can't stand this slow-paced style that I'm doing. The slow, very slow. It's just so slow. It's just too dull for people. Nobody wants to watch this because it's just too dull. It's not because of the ideological concerns that people have with me, disavowing a pronoun culture, with me being kind of of the anti-woke persuasion. That's not why. No, it's just too dull for people. That's why people don't like this kind of stuff. And YouTube's trying to subject little kids to this kind of content, right? Like I suspect that that's what's going on. That YouTube is basically suggesting this material to kids primarily, and most kids don't actually like this kind of stuff. So, they nope out of it in the first half a minute of the footage, and that's why I get very few likes and very few, and so sometimes I get dislikes. Because I think little kids watch this and they're like, this is so bad. And they can't stand it. But if you're an adult and you actually are happy to see something different, happy to see this unsensationalized kind of gameplay style, I think you're my target audience. And I would really like to believe that there is an audience there. Because that's the kind of content I would like to see. And I don't see it, guys. I don't see anybody doing it like this. I feel like I'm the only one. And that's because there's no money in it, because it doesn't generate any traction, any views. There's no substantial views about it. I mean, no substantial You know, if I do get some views, I get barely any people actually liking this stuff, which might be different, which might have changed by the time that I'm actually releasing this kind of stuff. Once again, I'm recording this way ahead of time, so I don't actually know. I'm not responding to what I'm seeing at the time of release. I'm responding to what I'm seeing at the time of recording. All right, paintings. I wanted to do some paintings. I guess we're just going to exclusively have black sheep in the sheep pen, which is fine. I don't. Well, the problem with black wool is it doesn't really quite stand out, does it? It doesn't quite stand out in the deep dark. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not sure if that's not really. I'm not really happy with about that. That might be a bit of an issue, actually. Now that I think about that, I mean, I have a bunch of it now. Let me just collect a whole bunch more black wool, and then I'm going to go ahead and convert all of these sheep to maybe to purple, because there's all of those aliens there. Maybe I'll make them alien colored. So yeah, I'm just going to go shear these sheep for the last time, and then I'm going to actually change the color of the sheep, because that's a good point to make. That, you know, in the deep dark, black wool is actually not going to stand out very much. It kind of would probably be much better off with a bright color, with a bright sheep color, like maybe even yellow sheep. You know, I kind of like the idea of light purple, of the purple color of sheep. I want to see how that looks like. I've never done that before. It's going to be kind of refreshing to see that. All right, let me go ahead and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and collect some of these alliums, make some purple. I guess they would be purple. Make some purple dye. I'm just going to dye all 3 of these sheep purple. Maybe yellow? Do I want yellow? No, let's do purple. I never done purple sheep. I never done yellow sheep either, actually. But I'm kind of feeling purple. I'm kind of feeling like that's a good idea. I guess I'll come over here and stay in here for a second just to I don't know, to appreciate this the second milestone tree. I don't know if the 3rd milestone tree is ever happening. The 3rd milestone tree is going to commemorate 500 subscribers. I don't know if that's ever happening at the rate that, you know, at this pace. I feel like, if anything, I might be losing subscribers at this point. I don't know. I have no idea how magenta, that's what this dye is called. There's going to be magenta sheep. All right, last time that I'm shearing the black wool, and that's it. From here on, you guys are going to be magenta sheep. Is this actually working? Oh wow, you can't actually apply the dye to them until they have grown their wool. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to wait a little bit. Darn it. Okay, well, I'll come back here. I will come back here. I'll come back here once they grow their wool. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Did I say everything I wanted to say? Yeah, that I do feel like, besides for the texturing, that my other concern with the way other people are, with the way I'm seeing other people do this, is I'm seeing people kind of rushing through the game, which to me, I mean, I think that's in large part because of the pressure to kind of do things quickly for YouTube content. But also that might be the way people generally play the game anyways. Because people don't have the patience. People don't do this like slowly and meditatively. I'm like almost to day 300 now, 274, and I'm still getting my cow farm set up. I play this game very, very slowly. Because I don't care. I don't care to be. I hate to rush. I just avoid it at all costs and just take it as slow as I feel like, and do things at my own pace. You know, do things. Let's make some more baby cows. Do things at my own pace, however slow I need to enjoy the game, because that's my primary. I just want to enjoy the game more than anything else. Oh, that's right. I was gonna put up some paintings. Let's put up some paintings. That's what I can use up all of the black wool and the white wool for the paintings. And those guys still haven't regrown their wool. That's okay. They will pretty soon. I guess I'll use up the white wool first. just because there's less of it. I don't know why that makes a difference to me. Paintings, that's right. Let's go. Let's be indoors while I'm doing this. It's always good practice to try to remain inside when you're doing. I don't even have my shield equipped. I should have my shield equipped while I'm just going around outside doing things. It's dangerous to do that. But yeah, I do feel like most of what I see, like people just play this game way too quickly, because people don't seem to have the patience to really just to just sort of to soak in the feeling, the sensation of the, I don't know, what's the word? I'm at a loss. I don't remember the word, the right word. There's a good word there that I'm forgetting. All right, I wanted to just fill this wall. I wanted to put up a whole bunch of paintings all across this wall. Let's start off with this side. There's like 8 different 3x3 paintings. 8 different 4x4 paintings, I think. And I think there's like 3x4 paintings. There's a lot of 4x4 paintings, a lot of 3x4 paintings. Like, let's start from over here. Or I think that's the case, at least. At least I think that's the case. I'm not actually... Oh, we'll just say 8 2x2. I'm not sure. Maybe there might not be very many 3x3 paintings, actually. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Let's start from over here, from this side. Okay. Damn it. Okay. 3, there's 3. Yeah, I'm gonna need these to be 4 blocks wide. I think there's also like a couple of 4x2 paintings as well. But I want this one to be 4x3. Let's do start off with a 4x3. I can just leave them on 6. Well, that didn't work. Okay, I have to put a block because the torch apparently doesn't count as a block. All right, let's do that. Okay, it's not filling in. I wanted to fill in the entire, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. It is a skeleton in like some bread. I'm not sure what that is. All right, there's that one. What is that? I don't know. Is that a shoe? Is he sitting in a shoe? I think that's so. I think that's a skeleton in a shoe. That's what we're looking at. All right. Let's go on to the next one. I guess not all of these have to be the same size. I could do a 3x3 painting over here. Let's see what it does if I just slap a paint. See, I don't like it that it goes into the torch. That's weird. Kind of looks fitting though, with the torch kind of being in the painting. Like it's kind of in the right spot in the painting. Maybe that's actually okay. No, I'm not okay with. I am not okay with that, guys. No, I'm not going to be okay with that. I do kind of want these to be staggered. So I kind of want like that block there. Or no, no, this. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Let's try to go for like a smaller one over here. Not that small. I guess it's just it just randomly decides how big they are. I don't want it to intersect the freaking torches. No. Come on, make a bigger. There we go. That's what I had in mind. All right. Okay, I'm taking my shield off. It's obstructive. While I'm doing this, while I'm having to have the interface turned on. I kind of wish this one went down a little further to over here. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna re-roll that. I kind of wish this one. I don't like. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. I want to be fully 100% satisfied. Oh, come on, not the same one. Really? More skeletons in the shoe? No, I can't. I don't want the same one. There we go. Okay, that's good. I think there might just not be very. Oh, it's gonna be giving. It's because there's only like 3. There's only 3 kinds of 4x3 paintings. That's what is going on. All right, I need to make a 4x4 painting next. Yeah, so this one's going to be like... I'm going to want it to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what it does. There we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Wonderful. That's exactly what I had in mind. Very, very good. And I'm going to go ahead and sleep. Yeah, these cows are going to be so happy. They have paintings to admire for during their existence. Are you guys ready to have more kids yet? I think so. They probably are. Ooh. So yeah, that was basically my topic for this. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted people rush. I feel like most of what I'm seeing, most of the other content creators that I'm seeing. Okay, I want this one to be kind of. I want to try a smaller one over here. Do a 3x3 over here. Most of what I'm seeing out there, it strikes me as like it's a sloppy, and sometimes like artificially sloppy. I mean, maybe it's because I'm OCD. The kind of sloppy gameplay. I also I am so finicky, so picky about the way that I want things to turn out. Okay, that one's kind of. I mean, I already have one like that on that side. But that's okay. It's okay to have some redundancy. There's inevitably going to be some redundancy with these. All right, and then let's do like a big 4x3, no 3x4, maybe over here on this side. Well, let's do like a 2x3. I think that's a thing. I think there are some 2x3 paintings. No, come on. Are there not any 2x3 paintings? I guess not. Maybe there aren't. Okay, well screw it. Let's just do a small one then over here. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, this is fine. And then maybe I'll just see what it does if I don't even put dirt around it. Oh wow. Excellent. That's kind of what I wished for. Well, that's nice. That's okay. Well, I'm not sure if I don't like it that it's like just going wrong. I don't like how this looks. I feel finicky about this. That doesn't. Am I just should I just go ahead, go with it? That's the thing. Like most people, they would just go with it. They're not gonna be over here and be like, I don't know how. I don't like how the edges look. Like people aren't that. People aren't that. Like nobody's like that. Like I feel like I'm the only one that gets bothered by things like that. You know? There we go. I like that better. Much better. See, now I'm much happier with that. I feel like it's worth it to change things. If they bother you even slightly, I change things. And I feel like it's worth it to do that. Let's do another one over here. Nope, that's too tall. That goes up too far. There we go. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Is that okay? I think so. I think that's. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't like how there's these two. I kind of want to do a little bit more staggered than that. Let's do it a little bit more. I want to re-roll this one. Yeah. This is better. This is better. No, there's no logic to this. To the madness. There's no logic to the madness. I don't know why. This is the way I am. No. Okay, screw it. The game insists that this is what I do. This is gonna have to do it, because that's the second time it's giving me that. I guess I'm gonna have to be. It's forcing me to accept that. There's no logic to the madness, and I change my mind about things too, a lot. So it's strange. Like I can't explain to you guys why certain things bother me and why I change my mind about certain things and not about other things. I'm not sure. I might end up changing those paintings later. All right, well, I'm out of wool. I guess I'm going to need to go. The sheep have grown. All right, the sheep have grown. Now I can go ahead and color them purple, magenta. They're going to be magenta sheep. Wow, that is a very bright color. That's funny. All right, and I kind of want like one more, a couple more. A couple more of these magenta sheep. I've never had magenta sheep, guys. It's the first time ever I have magenta sheep. That's hilarious. I'm gonna be going down to the the deep dark with magenta sheep. So let's collect my first magenta wool. Oh yeah. Lovely. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Well, I want to complete the paintings wall. Let's complete the paintings wall, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. So yeah, I feel like with the way most people play Minecraft, on YouTube at least, it strikes me as kind of sloppy, and that turns me off. Because they'd be playing really sloppy, but then they also texture their builds, and that so I don't see anybody playing in the play style that I play in. So I barely, like, when I do see other people's long play series, I generally don't really follow along. I give it I try it out. I start watching, and then it's like, this is not, I do not like this game style. And then that's it. And then I don't see anybody doing it in the same kind of manner that I'm doing, in this really dull, unsensationalized, unedited, wholesome manner. Or is it just so unappealing that I'm just the only one that finds it at all worthwhile? Perhaps that's. I guess I can just bring all of the black wool with me. I don't know, like, if I'll ever need, because this I'm not really gonna need. I don't expect any more black wool over here, so it kind of makes sense to just bring it with me now. Because I don't. There's no need to leave any of it in that chest, because I'm not gonna add on to the stack of black wool. And then I guess we're gonna need even more paintings. Let's just convert all of this into paintings. 8 more paintings. Yeah, let's just fill this in with paintings. Let's see what the world gives us here. Another one of these. Well, there's only so many of them. I mean, what do I expect? I guess we'll just we're gonna start seeing redundancy. Another one. Well, that's just okay. I want a little something different here. Let's do something different here. Paintings there. Oh, come on, not the same exact one that's right next to it. No. Okay, let's put a block here, block there. There we go. That looks good. I think I like that. I do like that. I think that's good. I'm still not sure if I'm happy with how these look. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll grow on me. Typically, it doesn't. Typically, I think that, alright, I'll give it a chance and see if I feel better about it in the future. And that normally just does not pan out. Usually, it's like, if I don't really like it initially, I end up just changing it later on. That's usually a sign that I'm never going to really like it. Sure, this is fine. That's a good one. Then I just want a couple more over here. Let's do a random one first. Oh, there we go. That's a different one. And then like another random one over here. No, I guess it just does the as big as they get. It does, like, gives you like the biggest painting it can do. I'm surprised that there aren't any 2x4 paintings. Aren't there any 2x4 paintings? No, I guess there aren't. It's only doing smaller paintings there. It's not even trying to give me any. What about 2x3? Aren't there? I thought there were 2x3 paintings. Aren't there 2x3 paintings? No. There we go. There we go. There are 2x4 paintings. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Okay. And there it is. Now we have full wall of paintings. Yeah, I want to re-roll these. Or at least the one in the... Maybe... it's so freaking... I don't know. I have such a hard time with this. I'm going to look at this for, like... I'm going to take a snapshot of this and just look at... This is going to be the thumbnail. and I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at this and make up my mind off screen, because I don't want to make any footage of you guys. I don't want to make any more footage of myself thinking about whether or not the paintings actually are, whether or not I like the paintings where they are. I gotta just roll with it. It's what the world granted me. You know, let's just stick with that philosophy. I was trying to do that as much as I can. Well, like I try to keep the paintings in the first roll. This wasn't even on the first roll. All right, so I got to stop re-rolling the paintings and just appreciate what the world granted me. There we go. All right, decision made. That's it. These are not changing because this is what the world granted me. All right. It just feels like too much paintings. Damn it, I'm still feeling indecisive about that. Okay, that's it. That's enough of that. Enough of indecisiveness for one episode. I hope that this wasn't too dull, even for the two people that must have been looking forward to this to this episode. I hope this wasn't too dull for you. I hope that you guys did enjoy this. Maybe not. Maybe nobody. Yeah, this tree needs to get This is a small tree. This is not big enough. Come on now. This is not an acceptable tree. This needs to be bigger than that. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the canopy to decompose before I replant that one. And that's it. It's time to bring the episode to a close. I know. I feel like this one was not. I mean, it's probably one of the least entertaining ones. But that's kind of the idea behind this, behind what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to avoid trying to be entertaining, and trying to present authentically, trying to do whatever feels right to me, even if it's very dull and boring. This is boring Minecraft content, okay? That I think is not appealing to vast majority of people. So if there's anybody, if there aren't going to be, perhaps there's not going to be any more. I mean, perhaps you guys are going to change your mind now and be like, no, I don't want to see any more of this. This is crap. I mean, if that's the case, then maybe I never know if this is going to be the last one. This might be the last episode once again, because perhaps nobody's going to want to see any more of this utter junk after this one. I hope not. I hope I will get. I'm going to need at least 2 comments with some substance. If you guys think this is junk, let me know that. Tell me that, this is just way too dull. Like, you guys, like, let me know. Like, Artem, you gotta really spice things up a little bit. Have a little bit more to say. Have a little bit more entertaining commentary there to fill in the gaps of thinking, and try a little bit harder to avoid thinking on camera. Because that's just unacceptable behavior for Minecraft footage. Feel free to tell me that. Okay, I want genuine responses. And then I'm not even going to be able to respond to what you guys tell me until months from now, because I record way ahead because of the time dilation. But I'll definitely respond to you in the comments though, and I will take that into consideration. I will eventually respond in video. Months later. If you're willing to stick around for that long. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm just gonna end the episode right where I started. Oh wait, that's not the right key. F4. That's my free cam mod key. That's it. We got the cows going. The cow farm is complete, and we have magenta sheep now. I want a little bit more. I kind of want to fill in the sheep pen. I want like a couple more sheep, maybe 2 more sheep, maybe 4 more sheep. Maybe I'll make some of them yellow. Maybe I'll have a combination of yellow and magenta sheep. That's an idea. That's not a bad idea. I mean, it would look colorful. It would look interesting, right? It would look more interesting that way. Yeah, I think I like that idea. I'm going to do that next episode. I'll make some yellow sheep as well, because that's also a pretty good color for sheep, right? I'll need to come over here and collect those saplings and replant the tree over here. All right, that's time for next. That's for the next episode. I gotta go ahead and finish off here and land the plane. All right, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Let me know if this is what you anticipated. If I managed to deliver on your expectations. For the 2 of you guys that must have wanted this, that left me comments from the last one. I hope that I managed to retain your interest. And if not, then well, I'm sorry. I hope that perhaps I didn't. And if that's the case, then I'm not going to release anymore. I'm not going to release the next one. If there aren't at least 2 people that let me know that they thought this was fairly decent and this is something that they can appreciate, and they want to see more of this. If you want to see a continuation of this, let me know. I'm pretty sure next I'm going to complete the basement. I'm going to go ahead and finish the basement of the house while I'm collecting skin, because I'm going to need skin to for the bookshelves. And while I do that, I can complete the basement. And then I'll have access to the mines underneath the house. That was the whole reason why I built the house over here, because there's a natural cave entrance down there. So that's going to be the next step. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching this. If you're still with me, I really appreciate that, and I hope that you guys will let me know what you make of this, what you think, and I hope I'll see you next time. Shadowlay, my fellows. Shadowlay.